Okay, yeah, so we can start our webinar. Again, thank you all for coming to today's webinar. Today, I'm the host. I'm Johnny Chiu from Taiwan Lumens. Okay, I'm the regional sales manager for Australia, New Zealand, and also other regions in APAC. So allow me to introduce my co-host. Okay, we have Marco here from Corsair Solutions. They are our distributor, and our beloved partner from Sennheiser, Noel. Okay, and following we have a video introducing both of them.
Hi, I'm Mark Hall, National Product Manager for Corsair Solutions.
And I'm Noel Denchfield, Technical Application Engineer for Sennheiser Australia. Welcome to Sennheiser HQ. It's lovely to have you.
So we're here doing the Lumens, Sennheiser and Corsair webinar that we're going to run through all the connectivity solutions with Dante, audio technology, Dante video technology, and integration with the Sennheiser products and the Lumen products into MTR and various workflows.
Okay, so thank you. We have our most beloved partner joining us for today's webinar, and they will be introducing most of the solutions. So the agenda is firstly, we will be introducing Sennheiser and Lumens meeting room solutions. The second will be the presenter voice tracking solution. And the third one is a flexible room setup. Fourth is a BYOD BYOD solution with one single USB cable. And then we have the Q&A session. And lastly, the most important thing is that we have a lucky draw from Lumens and also from Sennheiser. So please stay until the end of the webinar. So we will do a lucky draw, and you have to be present and answer that you are here, and then you are the one who's chosen to win the lucky draw. Okay, so yeah. So today we are going to introduce our solutions surrounding meeting rooms. How are we doing the auto voice tracking inside the meeting room? Okay, so with our CamConnect Pro box, we are able to communicate between Sennheiser's microphone and Lumen's cameras with a very simple setup. Okay, and also high accuracy. Okay, so allow me to introduce Mark. So Mark, can you help us go through all these products here?
Yes, hello, I'm Mark from Corsair. So what you can see in the slide there is we've got the Lumens CamConnect Pro, taking data from the Sennheiser, and we've got a whole bunch of tracking cameras and cameras that integrate with this. And I'm going to hand you over to Noel here, who's going to run through the Sennheiser side of things before I run through the Lumens side of things.
Cool. Thanks very much, Mark. So at Sennheiser, we have two products that will integrate with the CamConnect Pro system, and they're our ceiling microphones. So firstly, we have our TeamConnect Ceiling Medium and our TeamConnect Ceiling 2. So as the name suggests, the TeamConnect Ceiling Medium is geared more so for those kind of mid-tier spaces, such as the mid-sized meeting rooms or the mid-sized lecture theatre or collaboration space. The TCC2 or TeamConnect Ceiling 2 is geared more for those larger format lecture theatres and the like. When you're doing your designs, if you're kind of weighing up between which way to go for each space, we have a fantastic resource that's available to you, which is our room planner. And that's a freely available website, a freely available resource, on our website that you can go to. The URL's at the bottom of the page there. So feel free to bookmark that and save that in your browser. And you can go on there and design your own spaces. Or if you have a plan that you can export out of CAD into a PDF like JPEG or a PNG file, then you can drop that plan into the room planner, and you can rescale that to suit so you can get an accurate heat map, and also put in the room height of the room as well. Once you've done that basic setup, you can then drag and drop ceiling mics into suit so you can get the accurate heat map of the coverage pattern and multiples of, as I've done on the image on the left there that I recently did for a consultant. If you have like a ceiling with a vaulted sort of ceiling, you can also adjust the height of the microphone independently in that space as well. And it's all about, as I say, getting that accurate heat map. We can also bring in other products that we have. So with our TeamConnect bar, for example, we can pop that one in there as well, as you see on the image on the right there. And that will also give us a heat map for the microphone system on that bar. We can use our medium ceiling microphone as an extension for that bar. So as you can see on the image of the right there, I've kind of dropped one of those guys in roughly where the microphones drop off on the bar to pick up the rest of the participants within that space. But as I mentioned earlier, it's a freely available resource. The URL is at the bottom of the page there. So feel free to keep that one in the bookmarks and use it as you see fit. So now let's get into a couple of nuts and bolts of the differences between the mics. So it all comes down to coverage pretty much. So the medium, you're going to be getting a coverage of 50 square meters. With the TeamConnect Ceiling 2, you'll be looking at 80 square meters. And you can see that's reflected due to the mainly capsule size, or the amount of capsules on the microphones themselves. So the TeamConnect Ceiling 2 was our original ceiling microphone. That's a square shape. It's designed to drop in on a drop ceiling grid, so 600 by 600 or 600 by 1200 tile. With the TeamConnect medium that came along after, you can see that's a round shape. That was mainly designed in order so you can cut it into a tile or a set ceiling, much like a ceiling speaker. And the idea is that it blends into the rest of the hardware that's on the ceiling there. Once we released this, many people came up to me and said, well, we like the form factor of the square TCC2, and it's because it's nice and quick to deploy in those kind of set ceiling environment or drop ceiling environments. Could you make a square one for us? So we kind of listened and went, okay, fair enough. So this is our newly released square TCCM. Exactly the same coverage patterns as the other. What they do share is they both operate with a beamforming technology. Now, out in the market, there's a lot of beamforming technologies. The first one is quite a setup, and that's where you basically set up your zones, and they're fixed. The beamforming may operate within those fixed zones independently, or the zones themselves may shift around a little bit, but basically it's fixed. What we've found is when participants or end users are using the system, it gets quite restrictive in terms of how your room sets underneath it, and also how the participants, maybe if they want to cross zones, they get up and move around the room, they can be lost or the audio changes quite a lot. For an end user as well, it can get quite confusing. So if your room changes underneath that microphone, you have to have a bunch of presets that you tend to recall for different setups. So you need a little bit of technical knowledge and how your room's going to operate. With us, we kind of flip it all on its head, really. So as I mentioned earlier, we have a coverage area of both microphones of 50 and 80 square meters, and that's our area of play. Within that, then we pretty much have what the easiest way to describe it is an audio flashlight. So you as a participant, you talk, the audio flashlight turns on, and as you're talking, the beam locates you. And once it's got you, you can get up, you can move around with that predefined coverage area, and the mic will track you around no problem. What that means as an end user is that they no longer have to have all these presets and what have you listed on a screen. You can change the setup underneath the microphone as you see fit. It doesn't really matter to us as long as you're operating with that predefined coverage area. What we find when doing that is the presenters, a lot of the time, once they've got used to how the mic operates, is they actually forget there's a microphone in the room in the first place. So that allows them to deliver their content a little bit more naturally and freely. No really technical knowledge is required to operate the microphone at all. What it does do, though, with the audio flashlight is it gives us location information. So that location information is the participant within that space. And we can then collate that information. We allow the CamConnect system to access it. So we give it out on an X and Y plane. The CamConnect Pro system can then take that information, relay that on for a camera preset recall, and tell obviously which cameras are going to need to switch for which zone. So I've given us a quick overview, pretty basic rundown, but now, Mark, why don't you just give us a little bit more information as to how you take the information and work the magic?
Great, thanks, Noel. So let's delve into it a bit more. So what you have here is you have an integration diagram. So this is similar to the setup that we have here. So we have multiple Lumens cameras set up. We have VC TR60A. We have a VC TR60A Dante AVH, which is the Dante audio and Dante video camera. We also have a VCR31. Multiple microphones. There's multiple TCC2s set up around their town hall setup here, and we have that piping into an MTR and also through the CamConnects. Now the CamConnect can output both a USB UVC and also a HDMI as well. What's not included in there that we're also going to talk about, that we also have an OIP unit that we'll talk a bit about later in the demonstration as well. So let's go on to the next slide as well. Go on to there. So we have various use cases, as this has already been installed in here. I'm not going to try and pronounce all these names, but there's quite a few in there. So we're going to talk about one in particular, which I'll go on to next. So we have a very large leading semiconductor manufacturer that has this set up, and they're set up with various configurations using similar to what we've got set up here. So multiple microphones, multiple Lumens PTZ cameras, and using the CamConnect system. So go on to the next slide there. So you'll see that there. So as I said, similar to what we've got set up here. So you'll see 3 TCC2 microphones there. You will see they've got loudspeakers set up and also 4 PTZ cameras. And these work with the new zone mode that we're going to talk about that makes it very, very flexible and easy to match the room layouts and even change the room layouts. This also pipes into, as you can see, the CamConnect Pro into the audio DSP and a conference PC they have there. Let's go on to the next slide. So let's talk about smart AI meeting room solutions, which is sort of like, I suppose, similar to what we were just showing in that slide there. So a typical sort of a setup is you can have a 1 ceiling array microphone or even 2 ceiling array microphones. So you could use a combination of, you know, TCC2s and the TeamConnect mediums as well, depending on your application. You'll see there's a display set up there, and there's a whiteboard. Now, if my animations work correctly, which they may not be, you basically the different zones will trigger the different presets on for the cameras. So these are very useful for, I suppose, large conference rooms and also boardrooms. So there's many different ways they can be configured as needed. So previously with the CamConnects, how we set these up, you set up your microphones with the control cockpit, and you've got to set up all your azimuths and all the really technical information. And it was very, very time consuming, and you had to be like an engineer to sort of do it and get it set up correctly, which Noel is. But you know, they've made it actually quite easy now with integrating it with a Sennheiser with this new mode they have. Under here. Sorry, back there. Yeah, so here we have this new zone mode. So we can update this with the new zone mode, and it's very, very easy to see what's happening with the microphones. And you've still got that X and that Y axis that's provided by the microphones that detects the speaker position. And we're going to show you that a bit later with some videos that we recorded. And then the CamConnect, you know, directs the cameras to the specific zone as you want them. So you'll see some animations there, which is what I was trying to get a little bit earlier. So you can have the multiple microphones as well, so for cover wider areas, and the system can also cross-reference the data from multiple devices. So they all play together very, very nicely on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a video that we've done a little bit earlier, showing this actually running.
Okay, so here we're showing the CamConnect zone mode. This is where we can define meeting room zones via the web user interface. So you'll see the web user interface here. We're connected to a Sennheiser TCC2 in coordinate mode, and we have 3 cameras already set up there. We can go into our zone settings, and we can actually divide the meeting room zones into different areas, with a zone being as small as 1 meter by 1 meter. So you'll see down here, I can simply draw a zone. Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3, and Zone 4 down here. And these can be assigned to presets for each of the selected zones. Users can then freely draw the shape and position or any of these areas and define the tracking zone. So this flexibility allows for precise customization based on different room layouts and meeting room styles. You can see that I can also go in here and I can actually modify them into different regions and different areas. So this can be as granular as needed. We can then apply this. So this is applied 1, 2, 3 and 4 based on the room layout into our CamConnect. We can then assign these to specific areas, specific cameras, primary and secondary, based on those presets, to what goes to which zone.
Okay, so hopefully that made a bit of sense. We have a variety of different tracking that we can do. So we're going to talk about the presenter voice tracking as one of the solutions on this now. So this is what we just sort of showed in there, a bit of that in there. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the zone mode and how the camera tracks. We can actually divide up multiple zones easily and switch between those zones. So I'm going to show you, I suppose, this working, a demonstration we did a bit earlier and recorded, and you'll see it running. This is actually the setup that I did with the zone mode. I actually took an image, a photo of the screenshot of the area, and you can see our town hall space there. So we've got the two zones, zone 1 and 2, and you can see the Sennheiser, the microphone, the TCC2 in there, and the various microphones. So this is in situ of what we're going to show you now with the video that actually we recorded earlier.
So here we are in our town hall space, leading on from what we were talking about earlier and how we take the location information from the TeamConnect Ceiling 2 and feed it upstream into the CamConnect processor in order to do some camera preset recall. So what we have here is a basic 2-camera switch and a 2-zone setup that Mark showed you earlier on. So I'm talking to you on zone 1. We've got the coordinates coming from the microphone, and this is the camera that I'm talking on. Now, if I cross over the floor, and now I'm standing here looking down the camera of zone 2, the information from the mic is now switched. That is now told the CamConnect processor in order that we're standing in a different zone, and it has triggered the switch across that you should be seeing right now.
Thanks for that, Noel. So you probably could have seen there that we were showing the GUI as well, and you can see the data was coming in live from the Sennheiser TCC2 in the middle, and you can see the dots on there, and you can see Noel walk across, and the dots came through on the CamConnect web GUI, and then that it automatically switched from camera 1 to camera 2 on the presets. So we'll expand on that a bit more now, and hopefully that all made sense so far. So let's talk about how we can also have flexible meeting room options and different setups as well. So with the CamConnect, we can actually have different profiles and different setups. So these can make it easy to adapt to different layouts and different configurations as needed. So you have a profile A, and you might have a profile B with a different setup on there and a different layout on there. So this works like a shortcut, and we can actually have a combination of cameras, the tracking logic, zone configurations will all be applied, and they can just be uploaded as needed. So, fantastic for things like schools and multi-use rooms. You might have, 2 TCC2 set up in one area, yep, and maybe another 2 or TeamConnect meetings on the other side. And that might be a large space, but there might be a divisible wall that comes up, and you can just apply that profile like in the image there and have it, completely just do a different scenario without having to, change any configurations that's already pre-done. So what we'll do is I'm going to show you a video demonstration really of this running, and this is one we did a bit earlier today, showing how that can be applied. And what we've done is we've had different profiles, and we've saved them to the CamConnect, and it's using the same microphone in the same spot, but we've applied different zones from the recording, so for different use cases. And we'll just kick that off now and show you.
So next we have the ability to use what we call CamConnect profiles. The Lumens CamConnect profiles allow users to quickly switch between different cameras or meeting room configurations, making it very easy to adapt to different meeting room scenarios. By switching different profiles, we can have different configurations. So if a wall was removed, different cameras, types of microphones, different positions, tracking logic and zone configurations. These can be applied instantly depending on the meeting room requirements that are needed. So you'll see here, we've got the setup that we had there before, and we've got the 4 zones. And there's someone walking around there and you'll see the dots appearing going through all the different zones. This is set up as a combined room. So we have 2 microphones set up currently at the moment going with 2 cameras there. We can now apply a different preset and let's say use a single microphone with a different camera or the same cameras to have a different outcome or a different objective depending on the meeting room requirements. So let's change from a combined room to a split room. Okay, so we've now applied the split room profile and you can see we're automatically connected to the Sennheiser other TCC2 at a different IP address that we have there. We have this already configured with a VCR31 camera in a different configuration for a different layout or meeting room space. So if we go into our zone settings, here's some of the configuration that was done previously. So we don't have 4 zones, we have 2 zones with a different camera and a different microphone that's applied for a different meeting room scenario. We can also change this as needed, apply it, and then go back.
Hopefully that helped to explain things a little bit more on the, I suppose, the flexibility of just how we can adapt to different scenarios. Going on to that a bit more, we have some other solutions we call BYOD, BYOM, or Lumens term that. Just go to the next slide on here. So this is referred to as bring your own laptop. So really to start your meeting without installing additional equipment, and also bring your own meeting. And it's about simply connecting your own laptop to share the screen to the meeting room system. And this works in with another product, which I'm going to go on to now, that can work into the flow. So this is the OIP solution. So we have OIP bridge, we have encoders and we have decoders. These are very powerful little units. Now, we've got this set up here running and we've got the Dante model. Now, it's not just Dante audio, but it's also Dante video. We're talking the Dante AVH video. So these units can act as a distributed matrix encoder decoder. They can act as an IP converter to USB and HDMI. Also audio video converter to Dante or other IP formats, and vice versa. So you can go analog to digital audio converter and also digital to analog audio converter. So very powerful devices, and these next slides should probably just explain a little bit more how they work. So you'll see a typical installation at the top. So normally you might have, you know, your Sennheiser microphones and your cameras, and you've got your encoders there. You've got your Dante audio going there. You might have to use a physical Dante to UVC or USB box and HDMI to USB converter. So there's a lot of different products in there. There's a lot of potential points of failure and latencies and a whole other complexities that can be introduced. But you can now just use a OIP, say an N40E or an AV bridge, an N60D as we have there. So your Dante microphone audio can come in and that can go out into your HDMI or your USB to your MTR. So we've got a number of different ways this can be used, but it's very, very efficient. And also getting, you know, microphone audio, analog audio into Dante back up, which we're just about to talk about now. So we have this single cable solution, and yeah, you've got laptop access to the Dante microphone. You've got laptop access to the Dante speaker, also access to the Dante camera with the AVH, and also laptop project to the monitor. So you'll see Dante microphone in there. So Dante audio coming from the microphone Sennheiser or anywhere else using you can use the Dante controller and you can just route that. We're going to show this in a video running as well after. We've then got Dante speaker out. So this is where we can actually take audio from your laptop or 3.5mm audio, and we can create Dante to go out to a loudspeaker as well on there. We also have the Dante AVH in, and as I said, we've actually got a, you might have heard earlier, we've got a VR TR60A AVH camera. So in addition to the HDMI output of that camera, we've also got Dante audio and video that comes out as well. You'll see Dante AVH out on there. Okay, that's all making sense.
Okay, so let's show you the OIP N60 Dante AVH decoder that we have set up here with the CamConnect. So if I go into the GUI, we have our dashboard and our sources. So we'll click on the source. You'll see a variety of sources there that's automatically found. So number one is a Dante AVH source with a Dante audio. We've also got other RTSP sources on there as well. Now, the great thing about this, this unit, as we talked about, is the ability to embed Dante audio and de-embed it as well. So we can actually select for the audio, we can follow the stream, follow the routing, follow the Dante. So you could have the Dante audio coming in and it can go out on the USB or the HDMI on that as well. You also have different layout modes on here, picture-in-picture, TV wall, and a whole bunch of other settings on there. So let's go back to the control of this and show how this works. As we're talking Dante video, Dante AVH and the Dante audio, this is all done through the Dante controller. So we're going to cut to, I have this set up and we get to run of the screens that we have here. And before we cut to that, I'm going to show you the Dante controller. So let's go onto the Dante controller here and we'll open this up down the bottom here. And you'll see, as we set up here, a whole variety of Dante devices on here. So we've got the TCC2 in Sennheiser's office that we're using, and we've got the TR60A Dante AVH, and we have the OIP-N Dante AVH decoder. Now, we can, as I said, use this before for getting any of the Dante audios from any of these devices, and we can actually put that into the OIP decoder. But we're going to select this one here. So we're going to go on and we're going to subscribe the Dante AVH video into the decoder and put it to HDMI. So I click onto here, we'll do this, and you'll see that actually switch. That's going to subscribe, and you'll see that on the screen now as we cut over to the screen decoding.
Okay, thank you for Mark's lovely presentation. I believe you have some question you would like to ask for all these solutions over here. Okay, so the first question is does the application suggest camera placement based on the zone layout? Okay, so if you go back to check on our zone mode, actually it's based on the microphone's center position. So we use the XY data is based on the microphones. So you can consider the microphone is the 0 and 0, okay, XY coordinate. So the camera is not actually put it on the zone map. Okay, but yeah, it's a good suggestion. Maybe in the future we can try to add the camera as also the placement inside the zone mode. But right now we are definitely only depending on the microphone as the coordinate. Okay. So I mean, who is the one asking this question?
We did also have a DSP in there as well. So there was a DSP in the integration diagram. So I might not have mentioned it. So
okay, we go to the second question. How many profiles can you store? Okay, 8 profiles. That's the easy one. Okay, so you can store 8 profiles. Okay, and number 3, yeah, again, like Mark just answered, yeah, you can actually route the Dante to any Dante devices. So that means including DSPs. Okay, so yeah, it's possible to route to DSP. Okay, so we make the diagram a little bit easier for people to understand, but again, you can route to a DSP, no problem. Okay, the number 4 question is how do you avoid audio feedback with the BYOD solution? Yeah. So this again back to the DSP. So if you want to avoid the audio feedback, then the definitely thing is you need to route to the DSP because we are only converting the Dante signals, right? We don't actually process the audio signal. So if you want to do anything with the audio, you can look for Sennheiser. They may have a very good solution for that. Okay, but we just convert Dante's. Okay. Okay, so we have another new question coming in chat. So let me have a look. Okay, so there's a question somewhere asking how do we switch profiles. So actually you can do it in the web UI, and you can do it in our HDMI GUI as well. So there's a area allows you to like select different profile and also save it. Okay, saving it will be inside the settings. Okay, but definitely you are able to save and load the profiles. And also after you save all these profiles, what you can do is you can use control system to send a command to switch the profile as well. You don't necessarily need to go inside the UI to switch it. Okay, so that allows you to have more control over our CamConnect Pro. Okay, so okay, I see another question asking from Thames, asking, could we use third-party PTZ camera to work with the OIP bridge? Yes, definitely. So actually our OIP decoder, encoder, and the bridge are able to do RTSP, NDI HX3, and the Dante AVH. Okay, that's also including Dante audio. So if you have third-party NDI and the Dante devices, you are welcome to use our encoder, decoders, or bridge to put it into your project. And for the RTSP, that will be a little bit tricky because RTSP has been existing in the market for 30, 40 years. So some companies, they change their RTSP protocol for other reasons. So RTSP is a little bit tricky, but if they follow like a standard RTSP protocol, that's also possible. We can convert between raw data, like USB, HDMI to RTSP, or the other way. Yep. So yeah, let me see if there's any questions.
I can see another one there about the Dante videos to USB, which is what I actually ran through in that demonstration. So that was coming from the Dante video source. It can be Dante video or Dante audio, and that OIP solution can definitely ingest that on a Teams Zoom PC. Yes, so you can.
I see another question from Nathan. Can you have multiple bridges to connect several laptops? Yeah, actually, this is what we are doing, right? Okay, so right now our solution is that you can use 2 bridges and you can set one as the priority and the second one as the second priority. So what we are doing is if you plug both of them together, it will go to the first priority one. But if you unplug the first priority one, it will go to the second priority. So we use like this priority thing to let you have these options to connect to different device, like auto connecting and auto showing to the screen. And in the future, what we are trying to do is a little bit like click share. Okay, so once you plug in, it will cover the priority thing, and then it will go to the last one you plugged in. And then you unplug it, it will go to the last one who plugged in. So maybe we'll have this logic in the future as well. But right now we have this option allow you to have first priority, second priority. So that means 2 devices. Yeah. Okay, so okay, thank you. From Nathan again. Do we support power delivery? Right now the bridge cannot do the power delivery. But I think in a short time, like in 3-4 months, we are expecting to have a bridge that's able to deliver power, yes, to your laptop. But right now, the bridge cannot do that. Yeah.
Johnny, I suppose I mentioned too, like with the OIP, there's a few different variants in the family. There's also one that does NDI HX3 as well.
Yeah.
So there's different products in there that can do different applications as well, not just Dante video.
Correct. So actually, with the NDI bridge, if you find on our website, that's the OIP N40E. This one is really powerful of all these bridging functions. So actually, if you enable the OIP N40E to the Dante version, what it can do is it can take in Dante video, taking NDI HX3, taking RTSP. You can switch between all these different protocols. And at the same time, it can output Dante, NDI, or RTSP, depending on you. So yeah, again, this one is pretty powerful. I think the potential is over the top. So yeah, so you are welcome to, like, if you, yeah, I think you are based in Australia. If you are based in Australia, welcome to contact Corsair for like a sample to test it out. I think you will find many applications that can fit your project. Yeah.
And we've got Crestron control modules for them as well, pre-done.
Okay, so in the chat room, there's Peter who asks the profile switching can be done via API. Yes, you can done via API, so you can control via any control system. Okay, and from Troy, in bigger installation, does Lumens have control system for audio and video switching? Yes, we do. Right now is, again, we have the control module for Crestron, for QSys, for Extron, yeah, for Extron and for Kramer. Okay. Besides these four, if you want to also control our encoder decoders, we also offer you the API. Okay. And then in short future, we will also develop our own software that allow you to do like macro, like group kind of setup. Okay. So yeah, so this is our current control through, like, for bigger scale. Okay, so many questions about our BYOM. Okay. So from Paul, you ask, can you convert any of the Dante video source to USB? That's yes. Camera ingest on the Teams. Yes. You can do that. So your USB output can definitely output to Teams or Room PC. Yeah, or MDR. Yes. Sorry, is there any question I did not ask? I did not reply.
Is there one about the Lumens cameras with Crestron AM3200 wireless BYOD solution? John? Yeah. Right down the bottom.
Okay. So is that in the chat room?
No, it's in the question and answer.
Okay. Can we use, from Vinod, so sorry if I pronounce your name correctly. Can we use the Lumens cameras with Crestron AM3200 for wireless BYOD and also with AMTX3200 endpoint for USB-based BYOD? So sorry, I'm not. So sorry, if you guys know, you can help me answer what is the AM3200, but in my understanding is that if they taking the USB input, UVC, like barcode, I think it's basically no problem. Actually, we have many solutions surrounding barcode as well. So our decoder actually act like a video switcher for barcode. So and additionally, because we can take in the Dante audio, so it saves you the hazard of using another adapter for just audio. You can route any audio inside and video inside our decoder and output single USB to your barcode or like air media, Crestron air media. So I think in this solution you're asking, it's also very possible to do that.
Yeah, provided the test a UVC standard USB, generally be fine, but we can always test them out.
Okay, so yeah, is there anything from Mark or Noel if you want to add anything to all these questions, or do you have anything to add?
From my point of view, no. I think everything's kind of covered with.
Yeah,
you guys?
I think so. We've got a couple of questions down there. We are going to post this up online, so I'll put it up on the Corsair YouTube page after, and Lumens will promote this as well. But look, as I said, we're available for follow-up as well, as Johnny will talk about now.
Yeah, okay. So Joel, I did answer Troy on the control for the bigger scale. So again, you have different options, like we have created module or script for the major 4 control system, and also we offer APIs. Okay. So from Peter again, he asked, do you have a video showing the cameras changing with multiple people in the room talking? Yes, we do. We do have the video. So later, Peter, we will share you that video link. Okay, or you can you can join our live demo for our CamConnect Pro. Actually, in Lumens, we do live demo like every day. So tomorrow also I need to do the live demo. So again, you are welcome to join the live demo. And then in the next slide, you can scan our QR code to book a demo with us if you like. Okay. Okay, from Gary in the QA session, do you have a solution to support MTR and BYOD at the same time? Support MTR and BYOD at the same time. So for us, we just output the USB to any like USB device that's including MTR, right? So the BYOD means that you bring your own laptop or bring your own device, and you are able to use some kind of devices, or we call it BYOM, because BYOM is like you are able to use the whole meeting room devices, right? So yeah, it is included. So you bring your laptop, you use our bridge, you use our decoder, you are able to use everything inside the meeting room. So that includes the MTR and the BYOD solution.
I suppose I should mention too, if I wasn't clear, so with the OIP, the decoders, they have a simultaneous HDMI and a USB UAC out as well. So you've got the option to run both outputs at the same time.
Yes, units are all available. Thank you. All these units are available. And it's selling quite good, especially in Europe and the United States. We currently win a very big project in the States of 700 units, including our NDI cameras. So yeah. So it's quite popular, starting to get very popular around the world.
I might also mention too, look, because of some of the success that we've had with these products, there's Audinate actually are using some of these like they are in England. So they're using them locally here in Australia. They're using the converters. We've also had Sennheiser, where we are in Sydney at the moment, that have permanently installed this here in the office, as well as we have it down in the Melbourne Corsair office as well. So, you know, Noel has the technology here set up permanently as well in Sennheiser.
Yeah, so yeah, thank you. So if you like to book a demo and specifically do a one-on-one with all your questions, or if you are wondering how it actually works, I'm actually having a room specifically for the BYOM and also the voice tracking solutions. So welcome to book the meeting through the Calendly link. Okay, so yeah, again we have Sennheiser in Sydney, who also have our voice tracking solution, and also in Corsair Sydney or in Melbourne. In Melbourne, we have demo room over there. Okay, so welcome to visit them. Yeah, we can demo to end users. Yes. Okay, so yeah, so is there any other questions for us? Okay, so if no, we can go to the lucky draw, right? Yeah. So we have the lucky draw, and yeah, so it will be from Lumens, it will be the Apple Watch. Yeah, so it will be the Apple Watch SE, the 44mm. Unfortunately, we bought it before the Apple announcement, so it's the last version. And then we have the Sennheiser's Centum wireless headphone. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, you don't need to click +1 over here. So we have a wheel thing that can can do the lucky draw. Okay. So let me share the screen.
Who's going to be the lucky person?
Yep. Okay. Share it. This one here. Okay. Okay. So we put your name and the initial of your last name. Okay, try to keep the privacy and everything. Okay, but yeah, so this is the lucky draw, and the first giveaway is the Apple Watch. Okay, I will start the spinning, and you guys need to be online. Okay. Okay, Martin E. Are you there, Martin? Hello, let me have a look. Hello, Martin, are you there? Oh,
you can just reply in the chat, maybe.
Yeah, you can just reply. Yeah, it's Martin here. Yeah, you have to be here to able to claim the draw. Redraw, yes.
Redraw.
Everyone wants to redraw.
We give about 20 seconds, okay? So 20 seconds.
Martin.
Oh, Martin.
Okay, Martin,
no.
Martin number first call, Martin second call, Martin third call. Okay, Martin is not here, so we do a redraw. Okay, let's go back.
We'll have to send Martin an email to say this is what you missed out on.
Sorry. Blame Johnny.
Okay, need to remove him. Do another one. Oh, sorry, Aaron. Stefan, are you the one who asked so many questions? FNN? Stefan N?
You might have
are
earned
you?
it.
Okay, yes, great. Stefan,
Yeah.
So
congratulations, Stefan. Don't boo him. You have another chance.
So we can sort it out later, but we'll
mail it out.
We'll mail it out to you.
Yeah. So I will remove you again, Stefan, because we need to do another lucky draw. Okay. So let's go to the Sennheiser. Okay. That will be Chiu. Chiu, are you here? Here, okay. Congratulations.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there.
Cool. So close. Yeah. Sorry, Grant. Yes. Okay, so Phil is here. So congratulations, Phil. I think we have your email. So Lumens will be in touch with you for the giveaway. Yes, congrats, Phil. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. There was another question in there, Gary. Yes, we can do that as well.
Yes.
I think we talked about that.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah. So. The last one. Yeah. So again, welcome to contact us with all your questions, or if you want to see a live demo. Yeah, I think we are very happy to answer and show you more detail of what we are presenting today. Yeah, so lastly, if you don't have any questions, I think that will be the end of today's webinar. Hope you enjoy it. And yeah, we have the exciting lucky draw. Yes.
Thank you for your time, everyone.
Great. Thanks very much for your time, everyone.
Okay, thank you. Have a lovely day.